Hello there and welcome to Nanyang Spectrum. Today is the final episode for this semester and also we will be having a Deepavali treat. But first, dragons in Singapore? Before you panic, I'm talking about dragon kills. Also, we tackle politics and we question NTU students about their knowledge of Singapore's political landscape. And everyone's favorite canteen is up and running again. Our reporters check out what's new in Canteen 2 after its revamp. We also look at a rising trend to pick the arts over the science option in junior colleges. Finally, in Let's Talk. So Vignesh, what's happening today?
Well, not many young people like us have experienced a major illness in our life. In Let's Talk, I speak to someone who is a cancer survivor. Also, to wrap up this semester's episode, we will finish with a bang. Some Indian dancing that happens to coincide with our Deepavali special episode. So let's get started, shall we?
Definitely, Vignesh, thank you. And first, Singapore's two remaining dragon kilns have been given a new lease of life. Their operators have been granted an extension of 3 years on their lease, renewable for another 2 terms. Daisy Kim and Sheena Tan find out what the owners have in store for them.
Dragons are seen as a symbol for the renewal of life in Chinese culture, and in the heart of Jalan Bahar, Singapore's very own dragons will continue to breathe fire for some time yet. For Mr. Tan Tek Yog of Thao Kong Industry, the kiln represents 2 generations of his family's hard work.
其实龙窑本身就是一个承载着一段非常丰富的历史，它代表了早期先民他们怎么样刻苦耐劳、漂洋过海来新加坡讨生活的一段历史。而龙窑本身呢，它也是早期的人他们的一种智慧、经验的一种结晶。
To share the kiln's history and how his family has managed it over the years, Mr. Tan intends to build a heritage gallery. Next door at Focus Ceramic Services, managing partner Mr. Benson Ng has a $50,000 equipment upgrade in the pipeline. These upgrading plans continue even though the kilns have not been set aside for permanent conservation. Both kiln operators say that as much as they want it, the long-term conservation of the kilns is beyond their control. Multiple government agencies are involved in deciding whether the kilns can be accorded preservation status.
We have to consider both the land planning agency's development needs for land use as well as for the site development. At the same time, we also want to emphasize and enhance our preservation and conservation of our built heritage as well.
Next door, an eco-business park called CleanTech is being built by JTC Corporation. According to a JTC spokesperson, the park's master plan does not include the land the kilns are on. She added that both the kilns and the park coexist harmoniously. Mr. Ng thinks the kilns should be incorporated into the CleanTech park as they can add value to it.
People can come here for many reasons. Maybe the parks and also with some art activity here around.
With activities like open houses and ceramic workshops and their upgrading plans, this could be a way for the kilns to fit into Singapore's changing landscape.
The long-term future of 2 dragon kilns remain uncertain. But given 9 years, this would allow both kilns to maintain the heritage they own and pass it down to the next generation. Daisy Kim, Nanyang Spectrum.
For the second time this semester, we tackle the art of politics. How politically apathetic are our NTU students? Our reporters Sun Xiang and Noel find out.
Exams, co-curricular activities, and relationships seem to top the charts in every student's life. What about political awareness? In 2011, Dr. Tan Ta Hao, a senior research fellow at the Institute of Policy Studies, conducted a telephone survey of 1,090 Singaporeans aged 21 and above. He found that young Singaporeans are more politically engaged than those over 40 years old. The young consume more political content and participate in more political activities than the older generation. Students have also shown keen interest in university-level courses on public policy and global affairs.
And personally, I don't think our NTU students are political apathetic, and because we have a major in public policy and global affairs now, and this year we have an overwhelming number of applicants, and finally we chose our best students. And I already told the major student for half a semester, and they are, I have to say, they are very, they have a passion. They are really interested in public policy and public affairs.
Politics is not just about elections. Politics is not just about politicians or MPs. Politics is about issues that affect you and whether you have a say in them. If NTU students feel that they do not have a say in the things that affect their everyday lives, well, then they should feel like they need to engage politically. Now, the question is, are there, institutionally speaking, at the university level, channels for them to do that? If there aren't, well, then perhaps NTU students are politically apathetic, but it's not their fault. It's not on them, right? The point is, as a university, as a place of higher learning, we have to encourage discussion and action, no matter what the position is. And if there aren't channels to do so, then yes, NTU students are politically apathetic.
Many students Spectrum TV spoke to also believe that while some students are politically engaged, others just don't care.
I think that we are not politically apathetic because we do keep up to date with issues because it's a must, and as business students, naturally we will want to keep up to date with all these issues.
Yes, they are. I think it's because the government is doing quite well now, so the younger generation of people don't really face issue with the politics.
Yeah, I feel that most of my friends are actually not apathetic because they actually knows that like what is happening during the election period.
To test whether the students are really politically aware, we asked them to identify our ministers and their portfolios.
Ng Eng Hing. Is it Heng Swee Kiat?
Ng Heng Hian. Is it Khaw Boon Wan?
Ng Eng Hing. Wait, give me a. If I'm not wrong, it's Heng Swee Kiat.
Ng Eng Hing. Heng Swee Kiat.
The correct answer for the first question, the Minister for Defense, is Dr. Ng Eng Hing. The correct answer for the second question, the Minister for Education, is Mr. Heng Swee Kiat. 3 out of 4 of our interviewees got all of them right, and the last interviewee got 1 of them correct. How about you? This is Noel Lim reporting for Nanyang Spectrum.
Cancer is a common illness in the world, and Singapore is no exception. We have loved ones who are or were cancer patients, and sometimes we really don't know what they go through each day. "21-year-old Sham Kannan is a cancer survivor. After being diagnosed with cancer at the age of 3, Sham juggled school, made it to Polytechnic, and emerged as a graduate speaker. He is also an active volunteer in Children's Cancer Foundation, Make-A-Wish Singapore, and Hardware Network." Hello Sham.
Hey.
So tell us more about cancer, and when were you diagnosed with it?
I was diagnosed at the age of 3.
Okay.
I was born in India.
Mhm.
So my dad works as a safety officer, and then we'll be moving around in states in India.
Okay.
So at the point of time, I was in Andhra Pradesh, and I was having some symptoms. So my father decided that we should go back to the central India, Madras,
Okay.
to check it out.
Mhm.
So when we came back and we approached doctors, they gave us false diagnosis, like they thought it was a common illness, and then they gave me medicine, and then
Oh, wow.
I took it for 1 month, and then it came back again. So we decided to finally go to Apollo Hospital, where they finally diagnosed me with acute lymphoblastic leukemia,
Wow.
and that's where I got treated.
And then all this happened at the age of 3, right?
Yeah.
So then, how long were you treated for during this period of time?
Well, can say about 1 to 2 years, because at the point of time my dad was working in Singapore as well. He was trying to find a job, and
Okay,
he came
okay.
to Singapore and he found a job.
Okay.
So for the 1 to 2 years, I was getting treated at Apollo Hospital,
Okay.
and then I came to Singapore to be supervised at Children's Cancer, KKH Women's and Children's Hospital.
Okay. Oh wow. So I mean, how was the journey like? Do you remember this period where from the age of 3, all your hospitalization and like the journey? Do you remember the journey?
Unfortunately, I was young, so I couldn't remember much.
Okay.
But as I grew older,
Mhm.
I kind of was wondering what's happening to me.
Okay.
So when I came to a stage where I could understand things, I actually did research on what's happening to me and what therapies that I really went through.
Oh wow, okay.
So that gave me a spark to my passion of volunteering.
Oh wow, okay. So I mean, okay, let's talk more about the volunteering later on. But can I just learn a bit more of the challenges that you face struggling with this disease, as well as like your family and that sort of stuff?
Back in time, money was a big issue.
Okay.
So financially, my family went through a big burden.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to my father's siblings, they came in with a sum of money to help me get through my treatment back in India.
Mm-hmm.
And also when I came to Singapore, I was trying to juggle with school and also this treatment because I could just get admitted to the hospital when I get fever.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. Wow, so that means it was a bit hard to juggle school and going in and out of the hospital, right? I'm sure.
Yes, I couldn't remember anything until the point of primary 3.
Okay.
That's when I finally okay, I'm going to school.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, right. Wow, okay. Well, very interesting. Okay, can you just share with us? Yeah, you were saying you have a spark for volunteering, right? So tell us more about that.
Well, after finding out about what went through to me,
Okay.
I saw this joy when I see these children with cancer. They do not know what's happening to them, but they keep enjoying life without knowing what's happening to them.
Okay.
So I did volunteering in the sense that to get this enjoyment, to ensure that they are happy for that day and then they move on in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so what? Can you tell us more about what's the individual, like portfolios? What are the individual charity organizations that you work out for? What's the
I volunteered in Children's Cancer Foundation.
Okay.
Make-A-Wish Singapore.
Mhm.
Both are cancer based,
Okay.
but Make-A-Wish is more for life-threatening diseases.
Mhm.
So for Children's Cancer Foundation, we organize events for the children, like Family Day and other events, like where we all come together and we plan programs for them.
Mhm.
There was once that we were part of a camp and we were the game masters. We were like helping them play games and everything.
Wow, cool.
So for Make-A-Wish, it's more of like granting the wishes of the individual.
Oh wow.
So we did it in a very combined manner. Means there's like 5 families that comes together, and then each child from each family we would actually be attached to. They will speak to the families. We will take care of the child for the entire day, and there's this sponsorship that allows them to be so-called gifted with a customized item that is required
Oh,
for them.
wow, okay.
So it's like customized wheelchair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, very cool. Okay. So I think you were definitely an inspiration to all of us. So thank you for coming down and sharing your story with us, and also finding so much time to do your own volunteer work as well. So definitely thank you very much for coming down today.
Thank you.
The NTU Canteen 2 recently revamped its look and is now back in business. The renovated canteen has a greater variety of food with 12 new stalls and is now air conditioned. The Spectrum TV team was there to check it out.
NTU Canteen 2 recently undergone renovation and is now back in business. The revamped Canteen 2 has better food variety with 12 new stalls and is air conditioned. The Spectrum TV team explores and introduces the new Canteen 2 today. The major change in Canteen 2 would be the new variety of food the canteen now offers. It now has a new Korean store, pizza store, among many others. Is this change welcomed by the canteen diners? Let's talk to some of them.
I think there are a lot of varieties, not so common like other canteens. So good thing is that you got different type. Right, you got Western, you got Eastern, you got Chinese, you got Malay, all that. So I think the variety is very good. Yeah, you have more choice.
Okay, so the quality is actually really good. After you renovate, the place actually look very nice. And thumbs up for the food quality. Variety-wise, yes, there's a lot. And I think I'll come back here most of the time for mealtime.
I think the environment is good. It's more cooling now. In terms of ventilation, it's also I think less stuffy, and there are more sitting space around this canteen, so it's not so crowded. I think the food here is nice. Like there's variety ranging from like finger food like waffles all the way to like normal meals. I guess it suits different needs of customers. Some might not want to eat too much. Some might just want to take something light. I think you can just buy from here. Yep.
The new canteen is well received by its diners. However, some people do not share the same sentiments.
Personally, I think nowadays the canteen too, the variety of the food is still okay, but the quality is somehow is less expected. For the previous canteen too, I think the food is better and the quantity is better also, and the food is more expensive for now.
Canteen 2 diners are generally favorable of the new canteen in terms of food variety and the new environment. Do some visit the new canteen 2 and try out their foods if you have not. This is Stasi reporting for Spectrum TV. Back to the studio.
The option of the science stream has always been the safety net for many, while the art stream was always seen as a risky option. So are students finally changing their mindset? Let's take a look.
This has been the mantra for decades. Science attracts the majority, while the arts struggle to fill their classrooms. Today, it's a different story. The number of students enrolled in science streams in junior colleges has dropped by about 500 students over the last 5 years. If this trend continues, by the year 2050, the number of students might be reduced to a 4-digit number. Some teachers feel that this might be a concern for the future.
I think looking at the context of a science hub definitely will be a worry. It will be funny to have a science hub without scientists or researchers. Then if you actually look at, even without Singapore being a science hub, in general, I think science aims to inculcate certain systems of thinking, which actually be beneficial to people in normal life, daily lives, and so on.
In the 2013 Singapore International Science Olympiads, Singapore came in third in physics, second in biology, and fourth in chemistry. Olympiad mentors feel that it is a matter of quality over quantity when it comes to students, even though the Olympiads are highly dependent on them.
I don't think it's a big problem because we only send 4 students to represent Singapore every year. And I think the bright, gifted kids in science and those who are genuinely interested in science, they will still sign up for science courses.
The arts, on the other hand, have seen an increase of about 200 students. If the trend continues, we will see the arts climb to 4,000 students, a record high. Arts teachers attribute this rise to better career prospects of such students.
The art stream education is quite broad-based, so it could be things like finance, even property is quite hot nowadays. So people are looking at, okay, I don't need to be trained in certain things to do certain jobs nowadays. So it's really any jobs will do. It's not just teaching, because a lot of people think that, oh, arts is just teaching.
Despite the many career prospects that the arts offer, students still feel that science is still a much safer option.
I originally thought it was like the mainstream kind of thing, like everyone will go to a science stream.
Everybody says it's like better for like if you choose course in the university next time you have more options.
Wasn't sure of like the art stream, like the prospects you have in the future, so I naturally went the science stream.
But some students still insist on following their dreams instead of following the conventional route.
Some people say that going for the science stream is actually the less risky option, but I believe that regardless of which stream you choose, it really amounts to whether you have the passion and whether you're actually good at that particular field you're in.
Students like Wei Chuan are a growing minority in Singapore. With the arts being seen as a viable option by an increasing number of students in Singapore, there is hope that there will be a well mix of students in Singapore's future. This can potentially lead to hidden talents being found in both the sciences and the arts. This is Rashma, reporting for Nanyang Spectrum.
And finally, we have on today's show, Vanati and Raja, who are part of NTU's Tamil Literary Society. But instead of reading, they will be moving. Vignesh talks to them next.
Thanks, Navina. Welcome, Vanadi and Raja. So for the viewers, can you just tell what's Deepavali about?
Okay, Deepavali is all about, it's basically what they'll say, that it's something whereby the good overcomes the evil.
Okay.
So at the time when the evil is overcome, he shouts out that, okay, celebrate this day as the day of victory, as the day when the good overcomes the evil, and that's where you all celebrate with lights and candles. As you can see, that's how they celebrate it.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay, thank you. So tell me, how was your Deepavali like?
Well, as for me, we went visiting our
But I
relatives'
heard
house.
that there's another event as well on that day, right?
Okay, yeah, it was my birthday too.
Okay.
Yeah, but mainly what we did was to go to our relatives' house, talk to them, eat good food. And yeah, for my birthday, they cut cake too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a really special Deepavali for me.
That's great. That's great. How about you, Raja?
Yeah, for me, I actually invited my loved ones and relatives, and all of them came in, and you cook for them, and you give them all the cookies that you baked, you give them to try it out. So it's like a fun time where you spend good time with all your loved ones around you.
That's great. That's great. Okay, then I understand that both of you guys are from the Tamil Literary Society, right? So can you tell me a bit more of the TLS in NTU?
Okay, the TLS in NTU, okay, now currently it's in the 4th Exco at the moment. So so as you can see, when they say it's the 4th Exco, it hasn't started, it hasn't has a long history like some other CCAs. So it started off like with little people, but at the current batch I see there's a big crop of people who came in interestingly to see, okay, how do people, I mean, okay, you get to know friends at the same time, you are also giving out for Tamil people, like what is it like, and yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. So basically, what are your activities like in school? Like, what do you guys do usually?
Okay. Yeah, we had recently we had our Deepavali show.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a skit. We also had songs. We had dances, and we also had booths like henna booths.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's more of like showcasing our Indian culture.
Okay.
And also hopefully to get more people to join Tamil Literacy
Very
Society.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that the TLS is hosting Utra, right? A show next year. So can you tell me a little bit more about that, please?
Okay, Uttara is basically a musical, something like, okay, maybe I can bring back to how NUS is hosting their show. Like they have their own Sangay, which they have been doing I think for 20 so years, but we just started off, this is our second Uttara that we're coming up, so we are trying to bring in as many people to showcase that, okay, even NTU has talents, so please come down and see and do bring, I mean, it isn't just for Indians, it's also for other cultures where they can see and get to know that how our Indians act out and songs and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have a performance piece for us, right? So let me move out of the way and the floor is yours.
கச்சேரி கச்சேரி கலை கட்டுதடி கண்ணால என்ன நீ பார்த்தா உன்னோட விரல் பட்டுச்சுன்னா யுத்தாக மாறுவான் தாத்தா
கரம்பு வடம்பு ருசிக்கும் எறும்பு ஐயோ பரபரப்பா மனசு தவிக்காதப்பா ஐயோ பரபரப்பா மனசு தவிக்காதப்பா
உனக்கு மட்டும் உயிர் இரண்டா உடம்ப கபுரிய கரண்டா இது சரியா தப்பா மது போல மபா
ஐயோ பரபரப்பா மனசு தவிக்காதப்பா
கச்சேரி கச்சேரி
Thank you very much, Vanadi and Raja. Do you think you guys can teach me a little bit of the moves?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I think I should be up to it.
Okay,
yeah.
we'll see.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Okay. Go. Left, right.
Okay.
Left, right.
Okay. Okay. Right, left. Okay. Okay, one more time. Right, left, right.
You should do it more force.
More force, okay?
Yeah.
I got the legs mixed up. Oh gosh, okay. Okay. I'm not very good with this kind of steps. I think I need my own. No lah. Anyway, do you guys have any other moves to teach me?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Your right hand up.
Wow, it involves more movement, right?
Right
Okay.
and left, yeah.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Do with me, please.
Okay.
Okay.
1,
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, thank you so much for teaching me. But do I have any hope of dancing?
I think you have some glimpses of it.
Some,
Yeah, some.
Good enough for me,
Somewhere
man.
there.
Thank you so much. Okay. So, well, that was a lot of great fun. So, if you'd like to see more of their performances, the Tamil Literary Society will be staging a show called Uttara early next year in February 2014. Do watch out for them if you enjoyed watching them dance, just as much as I did.
Definitely, Vignesh. Once again, thank you so much, Vanati and Raja. Thank you so much. I really had a very good time. Well, that's it for today's show and this year's Nanyang Spectrum. It was indeed my pleasure bringing the news to you. If you want to catch up on the last few episodes of Nanyang Spectrum, do log on to www.spectrum.tv.sg. Join us again for more fun on next semester's Nanyang Spectrum. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye. I heard that you almost used.
கச்சேரி கச்சேரி கலை கட்டுதடி கண்ணால என்ன நீ பார்த்தா